I recently made a video about Vince Gironda's 36 eggs a day diet. I'm not going to get into the diet right now. I suggest if you haven't seen it already, you click on the link in the description and watch the original video. What I want to talk about is a comment that was made on that original video. And what the guy said was he had a friend who died eating that many eggs. He said his friend had a little bucket of boiled eggs and he would eat as many as he could every day. And why would somebody do something that stupid? All I commented back was, if he died of eating eggs, there are definitely other factors involved, too many to discuss in the comment section, so I'll make this video to discuss this. Is Vince Gironda's 36 egg a day diet dangerous? Now, first of all, if you think, yes, eating that many eggs is dangerous, the fact of the matter is you are relying on outdated information that was never accurate in the first place, okay? The fact of the matter is the World Health Organization and the FDA have both said that dietary cholesterol has no impact on blood serum cholesterol levels. That means the cholesterol you eat does not automatically clog your arteries and increase the cholesterol in your blood in your body, okay? So, first of all, there's that, okay? Why is it that people used to say that, cholesterol will clog your arteries? Believe it or not, this is not a conspiracy theory. This has been proven. There's been research done to prove that this actually literally happened. The sugar industry realized if they could villainize fat, because at the time when these studies were being made, people were waking up in the morning, steak and eggs, bacon and eggs, omelets. They were eating a lot of fat and protein for breakfast. And the sugar industry, they realized, hey, if we could villainize fat is a killer. Fat's going to give you a heart attack. People are scared to eat fat. You got to eat something for breakfast. So what are you going to eat? Muffins, bagels, cereal. Okay. So people started eating sugary cereal. What's in cereal? Sugar. What's in muffins? Sugar. So since people thought all of a sudden fat's bad, carbs are good, then, like I said, the sugar industry literally made a killing by selling their sugar to make muffins, to make cereal, etc. Okay, which are, quote, the healthy alternatives to bacon and eggs for breakfast. And like I said, it's actually been proven that sugar lobbyists paid off scientists to create studies that made it look like fat was the culprit. Fat's the reason why people had heart attacks. Now, interestingly enough, for years and years and years, I grew up in the 80s. I was born in the 70s, so I grew up in the 80s and 90s, back when killer cholesterol myth was king, okay? And since then, we've been eating less fat, more carbs. We have higher fatality rates from dying of a heart attack. We have higher obesity rates. More people are overweight, and we're eating less fat than ever and more carbs than ever. So tell me exactly how that's supposed to work. Not to mention, like I said, the new studies that aren't bought by the sugar lobbyists prove otherwise. Now that we're past that, it is possible that somebody actually does consume cholesterol and their blood cholesterol increases. That is a very rare thing. That's like saying, peanuts will kill you because a friend of mine ate a peanut and dropped dead. Well, if you have a peanut allergy, yes, you will drop dead. Does that mean that it's stupid to eat peanuts? No, it doesn't. It just means that if you have a peanut allergy and you eat a peanut, you're going to drop dead. The same thing here, okay? There are certain people, and they know who they are because it's an allergy, that if they eat cholesterol, it does, for some weird reason, increase the cholesterol in their body. It's very rare, and like I said, they know what it's like, Just like if you have a seafood allergy or a shellfish allergy or a peanut allergy, if you have this problem. Very, very few people do. In general, that's one of the factors I'm talking about. In general, people don't have that problem. Now, the other problem that I like to touch upon when people say that, eating all that fat's going to kill you is like, well, I knew a brother, who he would my uncle, my dad, my friend would wake up in the morning, he'd have bacon and eggs, and he'd have pancakes and syrup, and he'd have bread, and he'd have butter, and he'd have this. Then every day he ate steak, and he ate potatoes, and, he drank beer, and yada, yada, yada. Okay. Carbs and fat don't do well together. Vince Gironda's 36 eggs a day diet was a low carb, high fat diet. Okay, it was basically drinking a bunch of eggs, usually mixed with half and half or heavy cream. Okay, and raw, drinking raw eggs, and eating a couple meals a day of some kind of meat. Okay, it was not having bacon and eggs and pancakes and waffles and muffins and syrup and coffee with sugar in it and soda and juice. It was having steak and eggs. It was having meat. It was having eggs. It was having very low carb. And this is just in general a thing. I mean, in general, you get your energy from carbs or from fat, okay? Almost every single effective diet in the world cuts down on one or the other. Chicken and rice, fish and rice is high carb, low fat. Steak and eggs, keto, is high fat, low carb, okay? So if somebody goes ahead and eats like, this big bucket of boiled eggs a day and muffins and bread and drinks beer and smokes cigarettes, and has molasses on top of his pancakes and has bread, with his butter and stuff, and he eats, all kinds of carbs and cake and candy, yes, he is probably going to be obese. Fat does have 9 calories per gram as opposed to carbs and protein, which have 4. So it's more than twice as many calories per gram of fat, okay? But it's not because he's eating the eggs. It's because he's eating the eggs combined with the pancakes, combined with the carbs, combined with the sugar, combined with the fat from the eggs, okay? Fat and carbs do not do well together, okay? So, like I said, if you do go ahead and you eat just a bunch of crap, yes, that is true. That could also be a problem. And once again, it's not because the cholesterol in the eggs increase your body's cholesterol. What it is the combination of the calories from the fat, the combination of the calories from the sugar, from the carbs. Sugar, carbs go into your body, spike your insulin. Insulin is a storage agent. It stores shit. If you eat fat at the same time as carbs, it tends to store the fat as well. So it's the worst thing you can do to eat. Why is it that pizza's fattening? It's a bunch of, sugar, okay, from the sugary dough, the white bread dough, and fat from the oils and the cheese, okay? French fries, potatoes, and all of the grease, okay? So the potatoes, the ketchup, and all of the grease in it is fat, and it's carbs together, okay? Basically everything that's fattening is a mixture of carbs and fat, and that's why it's so fattening. So like I said, if your friend did go ahead and have this huge bucket of eggs, and he ate more than eggs, okay, he didn't just eat eggs and a little bit of meat sometimes, he ate just eggs and all kinds of other crap and drank soda and drank beer, yes, obviously this person's going to be overweight. Obviously this person's going to have a heart attack. So what I'm really trying to get to here is, like I said, we need to get away from this whole killer cholesterol myth, okay? Correlation does not equal causation is the way you put it. Every serial killer wore shoes. So if you wear shoes, you're going to be a serial killer. No, okay? Just because every serial killer wears shoes doesn't mean everyone who wears shoes has become a serial killer, okay? If I had an uncle so-and-so or a father or a grandfather who ate bacon and eggs every morning and steak every night, and he died of a heart attack, does that mean that it's because of the bacon and eggs and, and the steak? Well, no. How many, like I said, potatoes, cakes, beer, soda, juice, waffles, molasses, syrup, how much sugar did he put in his coffee? Where did all that come into? Because like I said, the cholesterol didn't kill you, but the calories in the fat in the eggs, plus the calories in everything else, plus the sugar and the fat together causes you to become overweight. And then you die of a heart attack because you're so overweight. So anyway, that's just something I wanted to put out there. The killer cholesterol myth is just that. It's a myth. Just look it up. And like I said, the sugar lobby literally did pay people off to make their studies seem like the fat was the culprit. That's where the killer cholesterol myth came from. They made a fortune selling breakfast cereal and muffins. And like I said, open your goddamn eyes. It's not the fucking cholesterol that you're eating. It's all the other shit you're eating with the cholesterol. Unless you're one out of a million or whoever who actually does have like a cholesterol, basically, allergy or intolerance or however you want to put it.